I'm Kathleen, and I'm out here hiking with Potts. This kind, not that kind. Hey there. It's Tuesday, March 28th, about 1 in the afternoon. There are so many people here at Mission Trails. I think that everybody is playing hooky. We have this funny little break in the weather where it's been cold and rainy, and then it was hot, and it's gonna rain again for the next 2 days, so not today. Heading up that way. Heading up to South Fortuna today. I only have a small window of time in between meetings and such, so I'm going a little faster than maybe is usual or a good idea, but it's beautiful. Everything is blooming. I might have to retitle my series here, Making Questionable Decisions While Living with Chronic Illness. Today, I really wanted to push myself. Specifically, I wanted to come to South Fortuna because somebody posted pictures of all of the blooming wildflowers, specifically poppies. And I really want to come see them before they get rained on. And I don't really have very many afternoons, evenings upcoming to do this. So, pretty tired today. It's earlier than I like to be up and out. My sleep schedule has been really, really late. I think I slept 2 to 10. So I still got my 8 hours. I do better with 9, but it's very late. So relatively, this feels quite early for me. I'm not finished making enough blood yet for the day. But if I'm gonna be out in the wilderness pretty soon, I want to see how my body does on less than optimal sleep and earlier in the day than I like to be up and about. It's also a little bit warmer than I like. Just have a very narrow window of comfort, so I'm trying to keep the sun off my head and neck, and we'll see how this goes. Well, hello, little one. Stream crossings here is highly, highly abnormal, but very fun. So I've come across quite a few people, and the last few have all been joggers. My body just will not do that. Hats off to y'all for your hard work and probably your genetics, because no matter how hard I work, it's not gonna happen. So the last time I did this hike, it was raining. It's like a month and a half ago. And I went about 5.1 miles. But I took a little additional extension, tiny little spur for a view. And this time I'm just gonna go straight and back. I did take one little detour. It was not actually intentional. So I left my car at 10 till 1. I've got my meeting at 3:30. I can technically take that meeting from my phone wherever, but it would be best if I was at least settled in my car, if not all the way home. So this will be slightly under 5 miles, 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. That's still pretty good, 30-minute mile, which is reasonable, but it would be even better if I could get back in time to get home for my meeting. I should be a little bit more put together, I think. Anyway, here we go. I just had this momentary little freak out because the heart rate is right next to the elevation gain, and the elevation gain said 180, and I was like, that's too high for my heart rate, but my heart rate was only 160. This hike goes down and then up, and once you get to the top, you go down and then back up. Makes things a little bit psychologically challenging. Another lizard. I'm starting to understand, like really understand, why hikers don't publish a lot of uphill footage. You don't just want to hear us breathing hard. Not to mention, it's going to be shaky footage. We need our poles. And it doesn't really show the reality of how steep it is. You'll just have to take my word for it. It's steep. Hey look, it's the reason I came. So I'm trying to get better at stopping every like 30 minutes or every mile to drink some water. I don't have a setup with like a water bladder. I can't handle how those taste. But I'm really, really bad at doing it because I stop and I lose momentum and my blood settles and it's harder to restart. And there's not really any great shade that makes it like feel worthwhile to stop. That's the destination. It's definitely time for me to get new shoes. This trail is inherently a little bit slippery, like packed hard dirt underneath with kind of sandy or gravelly top layer, but it's time for me to get new shoes. So there's this little game that a lot of us in the chronic illness community like to play. Not like to, we just play it. And I like to call it dangerous or just uncomfortable. And it's this constant second guessing of your body going, is this actually gonna hurt me if I keep pushing myself? Or is it just gonna be uncomfortable? And you just kind of have to play that game and figure out where your edges are. That's where I came from. And this is where I'm going. Whew. I've just never seen it like this before. So many flowers. in the last 15-20 minutes, I encountered some hikers that were planning to go do the Grand Canyon but got their permit. Well, their permit holder got injured, so they decided to come to San Diego instead. And right after saying hello to them, I had a rattlesnake encounter. Did not see the snake, heard the snake, was in the bushes, so that has me a little bit on edge. And then heading back down now, just saw a large group, I want to say like 8 Mormon missionaries. I guess it's P-Day, but the thing that concerned me, there are I think like six guys and 2 gals, is that none of them were holding water. Like, the guys literally had no bags, nothing in their hands, and it's warm, and this is steep. The women had like very small little like shoulder bags, so hopefully somebody has some water, but do not strike me as being the best decision. I've been moving really slow since I saw that rattlesnake. I like to think I'm quite careful because I know that this is rattlesnake country, but man, after hearing that right next to my leg, I'm like hyper focused on every step that I'm taking, so moving a little bit slowly. Also, body's not feeling great. I'm smiling because it's beautiful and I'm glad I'm here and I'm doing hard things, but I sure don't feel great. I just took a salt break. I guess I'm moving kind of slowly today. Looks like I'm going to be 15 minutes still on the trail when meeting time hits, so but I'm going to have to keep walking during my meeting. Anyway, glad I came out. Super tired. Definitely going to be feeling this one for a few days. But yay spring. There's a daylight shot of that same big old water damage from the last time I was here. Now there's grass growing on it, but woof. Okay, but also what the heck? Those are the missionaries who passed me going the other way. So I'm guessing the loop is actually shorter than the out and back. Good to know, even though I hate hiking down the saddle because it's really slippery and not as scenic. Made up a good bit of time. But since this is probably going to be the last clip for this video, just wanted to follow up and say, pot sucks, everything is hard, but do it anyway. It's worth it.